I'm Jessica Jolly, and I'm a proud board member of Inner City Community Development Corporation, and I want to talk to you a little bit about my experience voting. The first time I voted was in 2004 when George W. Bush was the incumbent and was competing against John Kerry.
So my first time voting, I remember I was 18 years old, and I believe Ronald Reagan was in office, and there was a rap song. I can't even remember who put it out, but it was about Reaganomics, and it had us, that really stirred my political imagination. I've been voting ever since.
My name is Joan Smotzer, and I serve on the board of ICDC as treasurer. The first time I voted was when I was eligible at the age of 18.
I voted because I wanted to see things change, and voting is a way to influence change in our communities.
Early on in life, my mother encouraged my sister and I to be involved in the movement for justice. And a part of that justice movement, if you will, was indeed voting. And so she, first of all, was instrumental in making sure that we voted and understood why we had to vote.
Voting is not just about a candidate. What I've learned is voting has a lot to do with how resources are used. What do I mean by resources? Well, you look at this property that we own, that ICDC owns. We own this property because there were people who were actively engaged in the democratic process, who said, we want to say in how the resources of our community are used. We, therefore, are going to use this resource to build affordable housing, which is a large, large need in the city of Dallas and really all over the country. But how do we get that? Because there were citizens engaged who raised their voice and said, we want to say in how resources are used. That's why voting is important.
I voted because my mother put so much emphasis on how important voting and each vote mattered. As an example, I can give you, there was a Senate race, U.S. Senate race, and the person who I was pulling for and should have been the senator lost by very little. And it turned out that if one person had additionally voted in each precinct in Texas, we would have won that battle. So that's how important one vote is.
But when you look at affordable, decent housing, when you look at jobs, full employment with a living wage, when you look at the ability to go to quality education or to receive a quality education, all of these things are connected to voting, connected to elected officials.
It's important to vote because voting influences change. It changes policy, it changes the resources that we have, it changes our lives. And so I encourage each of you to get out and vote this election year and let your voice be heard.